What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today is episode 60 of 6 Scale News. We've got Star Wars, we got Marvel. Let's go. That's right, guys. We're back with another episode of 6 Scale News. Hope you guys are excited about this as much as I am. I was literally online last night playing Rocket League. I was expecting an announcement from Hot Toys. I wasn't expecting a release. I was expecting an announcement. And I went to sleep. It was like, I don't know, midnight or so. And of course, at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever it was, they actually announced what I was expecting. By the way, if you were in the Patrol Facebook group, I threw you guys a little hint yesterday, and nobody caught it. So you got to watch out, because sometimes I'll throw stuff on Facebook because I don't have time to make a video about it. And with all the other figures I've reviewed this week, we reviewed the Snake Eyes from 3-0. That thing is amazing. Go check out that video up there. We did the So-So Toys Green Vigilante. We did that one. I'll just link them all down below. Green Vigilante, if you want to check that one out. Amazing figure, honestly. Pretty good. And then just yesterday, we released the video on the Hot Toys Rescue Armor from Avengers Endgame. And dude, like, don't miss that. If you're on the fence with this figure, check that video out, because there are some pros. There are a lot of pros, but there's some cons. And it might help you make a decision one way or the other. I'm happy I got mine. I picked all those up, actually, from Pop Collectibles. Link down below for that if you want to check those out. But I do have the book. We're going to take a look at this thing. And we got some news today. So I have, maybe towards the end of the video, as we do, maybe there'll be, maybe you should pay attention closely. That's all I'm going to say. Pay attention closely. All right. So let's get into this. Last week, they actually, Hot Toys announced that we're going to be getting officially the Black Widow in the white suit and the Taskmaster. So I haven't really talked about that. So I want to take some time, look at some photos from the actual figures at Secret Base. So let's take a look at some photos from there and just see what our thoughts are on this thing. We haven't talked about it. I thought we'd talk about it today. So let's go ahead and break it out. So let's look at this first photo, guys, of the, I guess the White Widow. It says Black Widow on the base, so it's actually what it is. The Black Widow in the white suit with the long red hair that is sculpted. And we're going to take a look. Of course, Taskmaster is sitting right there next to her, so I think that looks pretty good too. But let's look at this portrait, guys. I think the Avengers Endgame portrait was the best Black Widow portrait we've seen so far. This one's pretty good. I think the only thing holding this one back is honestly the hair. But that's how she looks in the film, we think. I don't really know. But I think something about that portrait with the hair back was more appealing on the action figure, and for a couple of reasons. One, I think it sculpted the face a little bit better. This one's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm happy with how this turned out. I think it looks just fine. The one issue I see potentially having with this is the hair. So that red hair that's coming over a white suit, will it bleed onto the white suit? I think the chances are pretty good that it's going to at some point as you're maneuvering that thing and posing it. I just don't see it not doing that. So I think the odds are it's going to do that. I think it looks beautiful. I think while you're posing that figure, if you move the hair out of the way and then put it back, I mean, we don't know, but I'm just speculating based on my experience with other figures. But I think the portrait looks good. I'm a little worried about the hair on the white suit, and maybe there's some way to mitigate that problem. I don't know. I think the portrait looks just fine. I don't really have any issues with that. Again, the hair is just one of those things. The suit material and the textures they're showing on this thing look amazing. I think that looks great. The thigh holsters that Black Widow typically has for her pistols, I think that looks great. I think the contrast between the white and the black and then the red Black Widow symbol on the belt, I think that looks fantastic. But I'm looking at the multiple layers and the hexagonal, almost carbon fiber weave, if you will, on this suit. I think it looks great. And I mean, look at this. I think it looks cool. But are we going to get a black suit version of this character? I think probably, right? But one of the cool things for this, we get a female figure with a split cut boot with some freaking ankle articulation. Look at the detail on this thing. The shin guards look like they're weathered up nice. The detail on it looks great. It's not all white, which is cool. There's definitely some weathering and texturing going on with this suit. So that's nice to see that it's not just going to be stark white like your you know, your first order snow troopers, those things were like just stark white. This one's actually got some detail, and down where the boots, where it makes sense, where she'd be kicking some people and doing some flippy flips, that makes total sense to me. But the fact they're going to have a split cut boot here and actually have some range of motion on those ankles for a poser, that's amazing, and I'm super excited to see that. We do have a whole pile of hands that look just fine. We get some pistol hands, we got some gesturing hands, we got some hands for the her little weapon thing that she's going to use in the film. We'll have to see how that plays out. But I think these look pretty good. I think detail looks fine. And obviously, those are her weapons. So, yeah, I kind of dig it. So, I'm pretty excited to see this one. And in hand, I'm not going to go on a rant too far just yet. Let's go look at Taskmaster, because Taskmaster looks even better. Hot Toys doesn't typically give us Marvel villains. Like, really don't. I mean, Loki's they give us a few Lokis. Of course, he's turned into an anti-hero, I guess, more or less. We got 3 or 4 Thanos figures coming out. We might eventually get a Mysterio figure if they ever decide to actually release that figure. I mean, they don't do a whole lot of villains. In fact, third-party companies are having to go out there and make like a Corvus Glaive just different characters. But this right here looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. The colors, the costume design looks awesome. I do think they should have used the helmet from the game, from the Avengers game. I think that would have been a lot cooler, but they didn't for whatever reasons for the film, and I totally understand that. This reminds me a lot of a Captain America or a Captain America figure, or even maybe even a Batman Beyond figure, something like that, where it's got that hard armor on top of it, and then a cloth synthetic material underneath. I definitely see like some Velcro action going on here, depending on how this armor is going to connect. But the paint applications look great. The blue and orange contrast looks great. And it looks like we're going to have some decent range of motion. Although I think it's going to be inhibited a little bit. Again, split cut boot right here in Marvel fashion. Going to have good range of motion on that. I think that looks great. The armor on this thing looks awesome. I think the weathering on it looks great. And I mean, you've got pouches for days all over. I like it. I like it. So that's what I'm trying to say. We've got some hands that also look nice. We got some Black Panther style, vibranium hands going on there, and some arrows. So we know Taskmaster is able to instantly copy the techniques and styles of his opponents or whatever he watches. So this is going to be pretty cool to see how that plays out in the film. And eventually we'll actually be able to see the film. That would be good. Which brings me to one point. Hot Toys. Why are we just now getting an announcement for these figures to be released next year? Why are they not ready? Or at least like 3 months from now. You've had plenty of time. They've delayed this movie for almost a year. Like, what's up? I'm just saying. If you guys are with me on that, comment down below, let me know. Because honestly, I don't understand it. It's a missed opportunity. They Marvel or Hot Toys had the opportunity to get ahead of the curve a little bit. Just a little bit. And they missed it. So, shame. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's take a look at this guy. I didn't even talk about this guy. We got some photos from Secret Base of Hunter. Some of these portrait photos are flipping amazing. And when you see this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But let's take a look at the armor up close. Again, amazing. The weathering on the helmet looks great. I totally need a 1-to-1 scale helmet of the Bad Batch to go on my wall. So I'm going to be kind of looking for that. There's a couple companies I've been looking at to see what they're going to do. I've seen a Wrecker and I've seen a Hunter. I haven't seen anybody tackle the other ones yet. But, over time, I would kind of like to have all of them represented in the collection room. I think that would be kind of sick. But if you guys know of somebody making all of them, let me know. But the detail on this paint application, I don't think we're going to get all 5 of these figures. I think we're going to get Echo and Hunter. I think the rest of them are going to be, I think that's going to be it. Based on previous experience with Hot Toys, they just don't like the complete teams. But the markings on the helmet look great. I mean, you can see like the material underneath the suit. It's just like the material we've seen on other stormtroopers and clone troopers. Range of motion is going to be good, other than the armor like hitting itself. But you can see the level of detail on the different grays and the battle damage and the reds and different shades they've got going on this thing. This is the prototype, so we don't know how it's actually going to end up, finished product. But I think it's going to look pretty good. And if it looks anywhere close to this, I think we're in for a treat. Knee articulation there, got some nice knee pads going on there, and then the feet, which I think we're gonna have plenty of range of motion on the feet as well. They could have given us a boot, that would have sucked, but they didn't. So they give us this. This is the portrait. Look at the detail on this thing. It is crazy. It's crazy, man. Got the skull going on in the bandana, the markings going on. I'm super excited for this one. So this is one of those times where I'm like on the fence whether or not I would display mine with the helmet or with the portrait. I don't know. Typically, I go helmet, but this portrait looks freaking solid, man. And I think it looks fantastic. So I'm super excited to see kind of where this one plays out. So that's kind of the previews of stuff they've already shown us. And then last night, like I said, that announcement, I think we got to talk about that. Let me pull that up here on the screen and see where we go from there. But it's pretty exciting. So let's take a look at the Mandalorian and Grogu like 3.0. We got to talk about this, right? So again, I teased this in the Facebook group yesterday, or a couple. Actually, I've Instagram. I think I teased on Instagram the other day as well. But anyways, well, I digress. This looks unbelievable. The level of salt with this announcement is insane. I don't understand the level of salt with this. I've seen people complaining about this, and you have every right to complain. That's fine. I just don't understand the argument. If you don't like it, that's fine. But I just don't understand the argument. One of the arguments is, why are they giving us this now when we just bought the other deluxe Beskar armor? Okay, I get that. And my thought pattern on this is this. They're continuing to improve. That's how I'm seeing it. It's an improvement. We got with the other deluxe Mando, the Beskar Mando, we got tons of different accessories that we didn't have in this one. They clearly could not have the accessories that are included in this on that version because that version was brought out from season 1 and would have been huge spoilers had they released all these accessories with that figure. So there's that. So that being said, if they had only gave us the Durasteel Mando, okay, for season 1, and then we saw all that, the Beskar went through season 1, went through season 2, everybody would be jumping up and down going, where is the Beskar Mando? Everybody would be going to it. Where's it at? Where's it at? And Hot Toys would be just holding back going, well, we could give you one, but, we got all these spoilers that we can't include, and it would be kind of crazy. We can't do that. So there's one reason I think probably they didn't do that. The second reason I think they didn't do that is because they're in business for profit. They're in business for, I think a lot of times collectors just don't care about that, or they forget, or whatever it is. They just don't give a crap. But Hot Toys, Sideshow, Toys, or whatever the company is, Apple, they're in business for a profit. They're not in it to be humanitarian efforts and just to be nice to collect. They're in it because they saw a niche market that they enjoy what they're doing. Give them that. They enjoy it. And they saw an opportunity to get your money. That's it. So I think understanding that it's not a giant leap, right? So Hot Toys did this. I think if you've got the Durasteel Mando, which I've been telling everybody for a year and a half, that's the best one. Like if you're going to get one, get that one. The Deluxe Mando, I think is great. I'm a big fan of that. I am not at all mad that I own that one and this one. Well, I will own this one. Not at all mad about that. So let's take a look at these photos and let's kind of compare and contrast a couple of things because I'm super, super excited about this thing, honestly. This is an awesome way to display a figure. This is like, how many accessories can we give you and how can we fit them on the figure all at once? That's what this is. And I love it. I love the bar going across. I love all the duffel bags. I love the Fett armor that he got from Cobb Vanth. He's got the rifle on. He's got everything on here. And a Grogu, which, honestly, it's been a minute since we've had another Grogu announcement, so we kind of needed that. But look at the details in this. Let's see, what's the best way to put this? I think this one is definitely better than the one we previously got. based purely on the paint. That chrome effect that they're giving us, unbelievable. And I've seen people like today say, well, why is it not die cast? Why is it not die cast? Well, my response to that is, why is it not just Beskar? Like, why is Cap's shield not made out of vibranium? You know, it's what difference does it make on the shelf? If it looks chrome metallic and it looks like metal, are you just going to feel better about it because it's die cast, or they say it's die cast on the box? It reminds me of that. This is my rant. If anybody's seen Tommy Boy, if you can let me know if you've seen Tommy Boy is one of my all-time favorite films. All right. And he's going in there and he's trying to sell this oil filter, I think it was. And the guy goes, why is it guarantee not on the box? And I'm thinking, like, these people want die cast on the box. So why is it not guarantee not on the box? And Tommy Boy goes, well, I can go outside, I can take a dump in the box and I can write guaranteed on it and I can give it to you. But all it is a guaranteed pile of, you know what I mean? That's what it's like. It don't make any sense to me. So anyways, that's my side rant. We're going to get again, so many accessories they could not show us in the previous film. So some people go, well, what about an accessory pack? Well, I have my thoughts on that. So we'll get there. So the Mando here with this chrome paint looks amazing. He's got the Beskar spear. He's got the Darksaber. Freaking epic. I'm seriously considering getting 2 of these things. I really am. And you guys probably go, well, yeah, of course he is. But I really am. And for the reasons that we're going to look at in just a second, I think it looks amazing. So the armor on this, they fixed they replaced it for the second season. We got all the Beskar going on here. We got the melted down thigh armor with the Beskar. We've got, it just unbelievable. The way the lights are bouncing off this armor looks great. I still think it's going to have a fat suit. I think that's probably still a thing. So don't be upset if that's a thing. I still think that's a thing. But here's a side-by-side comparison of the previous Beskar Mando versus this one. And you can see the difference in the paint app. You got the pitting going on the Beskar. You got the lights bouncing off of this thing. I think it looks fantastic. And I'm happy to have both, but I really think the chrome one looks amazing. It really looks really, it looks really good. And here we are down to the lower half. They replaced that thigh armor on his right thigh. So I think that looks great. Just everything about it. They've changed out the shin armor. Everything has been swapped around on this guy. And I think it looks freaking awesome. In addition to that, we get a freaking portrait. Now, I've said it and I'll say it again, okay? I could care less if they ever revealed the portrait, the head sculpt. I really could care less if they ever did in the show. I think that mystery was really interesting and they kind of gave that away. I get why they did it. I really enjoyed the mystery of it, right? That being said, it's over with. Under the bridge it's done. They're going to give us Pedro Pascal portrait and it looks flipping amazing, which I had no doubt they would do this. I think the expression is perfect, absolutely perfect. For that last final, scene in the second season, I think it's absolutely perfect, and I think that's what they're going for. I think they nailed it. I think the hair looks fantastic, the expression looks fantastic, the paint apps, everything, the scale of it, I think looks fantastic. I thought I had a photo behind it, but I guess I got another one. The scale looks fantastic. I think this is honestly a 9 out of 10 based on what I'm seeing here. Love it. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about this thing down below? Let me know. Again, here with all the accessories, with the Fett backpack, with his own jetpack, this freaking cool. Look at this pose. This is one reason why I think the fat suit's still there. Look at that pose and that front arm. As much as he's leaning back, his left arm's only going up so high, which I think that fat suit's inhibiting that shoulder. We do have a wired cape, so that's pretty interesting. I want to talk more about that. And then, for whatever reason, they show us the Swoop bike. I don't know why Hot Toys continues to do this. Why do they continue to show us things that are not included on the preview photos? I think they should really stop that. It's really quite annoying. But we're going to take a closer look at the Swoop bike in just a minute. I want to take a look at all these accessories. So, my thought behind this. Okay, I don't think Hot Toys is asleep at the wheel. I think Hot Toys has been looking at all of the customizers who have been making these things. Obviously, Hot Toys is watching the posing, and they're watching us add wires to capes and do those kind of things so we can make that happen. So they added a wired cape. I think that's amazing. They saw customizers making best chrome armor. They saw that happening. They were like, okay, we'll just make our own chrome armor, right? It's just fantastic. I think what they're doing is they're watching the marketplace and they're watching the response of the collectors, and they're giving you what you want. And then the collectors turn around and just try to bitch slap them in the face and just go, we're going to complain because it's too expensive. Do you think about how much people have paid for the Durasteel Mando or the Beskar Mando, the previous one, and then went out and bought extra accessories? They paid way more to get the freaking spear and the Darksaber and the armor and the helmets and all this kind of stuff going on than this guy cost. So retail price on this guy with a Pedro Pascal portrait, $375. The other one's the bike. $375 for the deluxe. The deluxe gets you the FET armor, the helmet, the jetpack, the poles, and everything goes with that display. It's $45 to get that stuff. No brainer for me. I think you got to have it. I think you got to get the deluxe. I think you got to get the deluxe. Anytime you go, and I'm thinking of like down the road too, on the secondary market. Anytime you go to buy a figure, you're looking for the deluxe. Why would you not go ahead and spend the extra $45 and get the deluxe? And somebody's going to say, well, I don't really care about that crap. Well, you might not right now, but you might later. You got plenty of time to pre-order this thing, by the way. So this is definitely available at Pop Collectibles. Buy it if you want to pick it up. So they have the first and second batch. Links down below. If you want to check out Collector's Own, we got a discount code over there as well. Patrol. You can save some money on that if you're in the States. If you're overseas, Pop Collectibles, I'm telling you, once you start getting those figures early and not waiting on the 5-6 months of batches and all that mess, like it's hard to go backwards. I'll be honest with you. So I would check out Pop Collectibles, guys. Their service is amazing. And if it wasn't, I would tell you. But I'm telling you, right, this figure right here, $375 on the MSRP on the side on the States. The second batch at Pop, I think is less expensive. Just throwing that out there. So you can check that out with discount code. I think it's amazing. I'm definitely going to pick it up. So Swoop bike. Let's look at the Swoop bike because this one right here, I think is pretty cool. Now, I don't know why they decided to, show us something on the Mando side that's not with this actual Mando. I don't understand that. But they didn't. But a quick look at the bike. The bike is $285. You're going to get a Grogu, which looks good to me. You're going to get a little backpack here. I think that's fine. The bike looks amazing. I'm definitely excited to get the bike. 100% must have. And I'm glad they split it up. So they gave you an opportunity for those who wanted the bike alone, who want to put maybe the Durasteel Mando on, they can get that bike. Or if they want to have the Beskar Mando on there, they split it up. I think it's worth every penny of this, guys. I think it's huge. Having the multiple speeder bikes, I've got another one on the way. Multiple speeder bikes, they take up a lot of room. And they're a little fragile. But they're amazing. And Star Wars is all about creatures, all about vehicles. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So that is the news for today, guys, on what has already been announced. But I've got this other thing here. If you guys have watched The Bad Batch, I'm going to try to knock this out quick. If you've watched The Bad Batch, a certain character has shown up in The Bad Batch, and I happen to have his one and only 6-scale figure sitting right here. This is the Denal. This is Cad Bane stole the armor of one of the 501st clones, Denal, and stole his armor, and kind of looks like this. If you guys, I did a whole unboxing review on this. I'll put it up there or down there. So I try to remember to do that. Super cool figure, but here's the thing. He comes out, you can take the head off and you can put this armor on there. And now he's part of the 501st, right? He's got the Phase 1 clone, trooper helmet. He's got his backpack. He's got like all the weapons and jetpacks and all the stuff. And my problem is I don't have anything to display this guy with. I have Cody. So I got that, but I don't have anyone else to display this character with, and I'm looking for something to display him with. So I'm kind of waiting to see if I can get him some companions to display with, because right now he's just kind of by himself, and he's like the only blue guy on the shelf. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But I'm hoping to get him some companion pieces to add to the collection. I think that would be amazing. So saying, if you haven't already subscribed, guys, please do so. I know like half of the people to watch this aren't subscribed. You just come here and watch the channel, but just click the button. Just click the button, hit the like button, comment down below with your favorite part of this episode today. And as always, collect what you like. See you next time.